had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Commanders. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
Ready. Hey, go field.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Watkins. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. 7 yards there and a first down. There you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
On 1st and 10, Watkins. That's complete out right to the tight end Trimble. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Operating from the gun, Watkins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here as we mentioned in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top row, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
On 4th down, Watkins. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Trimble, 30 yards. And the Panthers are on the board here first in the season opener. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good.
The score, Panthers 7, Commanders 9. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 5. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jeremy Chinn, so dangerous wherever he's at on the field, and that time he gets in there for the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Hey, green. Black shot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Carolina. He goes 67 yards on the punt return. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's to the former Panther, Curtis Samuel. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Running left, here's Edmonds. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And got his man complete. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Black Ultra.
Looking to throw. Watkins being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
To throw on third down. Watkins. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tommy Tremble, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Watch out now, 50 Fury.
It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Red, cycle.
Back to throw here. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go. Smash, red. Green jack.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. On second down, this is Edmonds. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, blue, red, green, white, white.
They'll run with Edmonds again. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, 29 yards. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. taken at about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Looking to throw on second down. Watkins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
On third down, Watkins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And it'll be first and goal at the 7-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case,
and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Derek Brown drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up fourth down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. This just a 24-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have it.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he fires one incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Right, 60. Smash, red, green Jackson. Trail green.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up third and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Joey Sly on for the Commanders field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down.
Hey, red. White.
Draw play, Edmonds. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Chase Edmonds, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Back to throw. Watkins. There's Tremble, the tight end. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing on 1st down. Watkins. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Tremble. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Back to throw again. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great play there in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. Yeah, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game starting the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slippery.
Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers inside the 20. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running.
Touchdown! DJ Moore, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Panthers 35, Commanders 16.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go, set.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Hey, check mega, blue strikers, steel blue.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
On first down, Watkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. To throw on third down, Watkins. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Terrace Marshall, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Panthers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Okay, break.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
Hey, blue, trail green. White.
They'll look to throw here. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
Hey, cross field.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That one complete out to Dotson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington.
The Panthers take over first down 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball. Getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watkins. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Black. Red, cycle, trouble 38. And cycle. Ready.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Yellow, go, smack, red. Ready, ready.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Looking to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
Here we go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
52 blasters.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the third time. Picked off by J.C. Horn. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
White. Black shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 15. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Blaster, six. Blue striker. No pink. Edo blue. 6. Mega. Rails, yellow. Hut.
2nd and 2. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line. So a net negative there of 4 yards. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one's pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Bulldozes past him. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Hey, check mega. Check.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And the kick here no good. But a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Flight 97. Flight blue. Black ultra. Quad red. Red.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Charles, you look at that run, and in your garrulous and loquacious manner, how would you break down the Nick Dynasty that occurred when that was bounced outside? It was almost Machiavellian, wasn't it?
The capricious dichotomy of their play calling is almost a non sequitur. And Brandon, I have to say, my friend, the ubiquitous cacophony of your ostentatious, sycophantic ramblings have left me in a state of ennui.
Do you always have to one-up me? I thought I was bringing the thunder. I had to look those words up all morning, and then you do that. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Here we go.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Carolina, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.